Is making music even possible? Last week I released my song. This week we're going to pitch it to some playlists and I'm going to show you some new songs that are coming out soon. And if you think it's funny that I'm in a bin, perhaps you should like and subscribe.
It's another beautiful winter day outside, everyone's still sick, and so isn't it a great day to spend submitting my song to playlists? Over on Submit Hub, I've got genre, light drum and bass, some similar artists down here, and it should find us some playlists that should match our style. And in a few days' time, we should find out how many people accept us, and if not, they'll leave some feedback telling me why I'm shit and why my song's bad. Can't wait for that. Another good place to get feedback for your music is Reddit. I know it's Reddit, but it's not all bad news. So we're here on the r/making hip hop forum, but part of the rules on the community is that if you post a song for feedback, you've got to review other people's songs, which is very annoying and tedious. So I thought I may as well drag you guys along with me. So do you want to listen to some random people's songs on the internet? Let's go. Prod by Raz, 14 subscribers. Should we subscribe, chat? I'll hit him a like. Oh, I'm not even signed in on this account. Oh well. I would sign in, but I'm trying to avoid spoilers for the playoffs, so, you know, it's game 6 today. So I don't want that spoiled for myself. I'm watching the game with the boys later. And I'm just talking over this guy's beat. But, I mean, that says something, doesn't it? It's a good beat if it was just going to be like a chill instrumental, but if this is a beat that's made for someone to rap over, there's too much action already happening in the range that the rapper's voice would be on. Like if you hear this vocal chop here, that's already taking up a lot of the space that the voice would be on. Paid off a brand new whip, doing coke with a brand new bitch, and this ain't regular shit, you can tell from the way that it drip. Boss don't like how I write these songs, but I ain't even doing no wrong. I run around camp with a Bluetooth on, sipping brews out in the pub till dawn, till I'm off and I'm telling them all, hey. Yeah, it's got a vibe to it. Yo, sick beat man, I can really feel the key Glock inspiration. I even tried to freestyle over this myself and it was quite easy to rap over. At first I thought the vocal chops would be taking up too much space in the mids, but after giving it a go, it's actually fine. Also, the Russian aesthetic is very unique, and I don't have much feedback to give, other than to keep doing what you're doing because it sounds good. Ain't that great? And also dropped a link to my own thing. I don't like that harmony. Bro's either cooking or he's burnt the food. Like, is he gonna do something with his harmonies? Or is it just gonna be this? Like this part here is just too dense. Even here, like these arpeggiator bits, it's just too much. Just chill, bro. You don't need to cook that hard. Long intro. I got brain rot attention span. What's this, like 30 seconds until the beat actually starts? That's egregious. Yeah. Beat's kinda fire though. Like there's acid on my teeth. Now I'm spazzing on the beat. I am too afraid to die because I'm actually deceased. Like these phantoms go assassin when I slam it like a beat. That's exactly what I be. Well, it's been a few days since we posted our song, so let's go check the reviews. And I'm gonna start out with Reddit because they were a lot nicer. Cool idea for a song, the mix is pretty solid and the beat is overall pretty nice. Maybe the vocals could be a little louder. That's a positive review, nice. Bro, I really rate the melodic singing parts of the song. Stick with that for sure. I don't know if you recorded this in a studio or not, but it seems to me that the mix between the vocals and the beat are not mixed properly, which could be an easy fix. And so I asked him if it's such an easy fix, like I would like to know. And he says, well, it starts with how was it recorded. Was it a professional studio? Did he mix the vocals? Was it an engineer? A lot of things could be done inside the door to affect the final mix that need to be tweaked, so it's not a straightforward answer. So I guess the fix wasn't that easy all along. Cool tune. I think the vocals and overall songwriting are the strongest part of the track. Great work here. If you're doing any ducking on your instrumentals, it could be a bit more pronounced. The kick and snare are a bit lost in the mix.
The cymbals are very difficult to distinguish from the other mid-range high-end frequencies. Your drums, generally, could be improved greatly just by leveling out the kick and snare.
But there's a lot of perceived energy in the mid to upper highs. I thought a louder sub could create separation and more cymbals and...
Yeah. Now, let's see what the people over at Submit Hub had to say. And so far, out of all the playlists that I've submitted to, we've been approved to 0. While I really enjoyed the track, I feel this is not the right genre for our playlist.
Unfortunately, it feels too light for my particular D&B playlist.
It's too intense and too aggressive. Really liked your voice. Thought on the song it was too raw, because the raw style just doesn't work like in rap. Just a bit niche for our style. The vocal is too commercial for my lists. Unfortunately, the vocals did not quite resonate with me on a deeper level as I hoped for.
Maybe make the tune louder and use a compressor to make it fatter. Maybe use a compressor, huh? I'll give it a thought. The reviews didn't quite agree on much, but what they did agree on is that they aren't going to post my track. Well, at least we can find some understanding. But things to think about going forward is that yes, the topic was quite niche and not everyone is going to be vibing a song like that. The drums could have been louder. That's ongoing point of criticism that we'll work on for the next track. And also that the vocals could have been better produced, it seems like. Well, there's people that say they're too loud. There's people that say that they're too quiet. There's people that say they're too clean. There's people that, everyone's a critic. Well, especially the critics. Every single one of them. Let's go check out the tracks that I'm working on and see if we can put this feedback to use.
Sticking to the plan, this next song set to come out 2 months after Truckie's song, which is about 7 weeks away from now. Let's show you what I got.
There's this girl that I like, and I asked her on a date, and she said, "You're broke as fuck, where you gonna take me?" And I say, I can take you to infinity, somewhere that the stars go to war all summer. I got more red flags than Russia. That's your favorite color. Now I'm looking for the answer in the eyes of a stranger. Find a sad girl, try and change her. See her sitting there, but she looking for a waiter, trying to hit her up until it ain't girl. I know I don't look like anything like you're expecting in dreams of a wedding ring, but I can be all of that and like everything. I know.
So the song starts out with this little spoken word intro, which goes straight into the first verse, which I think's a lot of fun. You can see here, where I just stopped it, there's a break in the line there because I used to have this lyric.
Be all of that and like everything. Fuck it, we ball NBA, let's go traveling. I know.
And it's just kind of whack. It doesn't fit the rest of the vibe. So I've cut that out and I'm committed to coming up with something better. Let's keep it going to the drop.
I know you might think it's funny, but I got this trick that says nothing to something. And I ain't even worried about the dumb shit. I be on stage trying to play them all a club hit.
Here, I have the original vocals in the project that I was planning on using, but I don't want to go to copyright jail for stealing Hall & Oates' song. What I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to record my own voice doing a verse that's very similar but not exactly. So it's technically a parody, It's going to be something like this.
You're a rich girl with your old man's money, but it don't matter anyway.
Cause we can get high on the bush weed, baby. We can get high on the bush weed, baby. I'm a broke boy and I've got no money, but it don't matter anyway. Get high on the bush weed, baby. We can get high on the bush weed, baby. This is the bridge. got this. I'm not so sure about it, but I'll show you what I got. Like, I could take it or leave it. Honestly, like, where I get caught up is that all the rap music fans say, oh, there needs to be more rapping. And then all the D&B fans be like, oh, there's too much rapping, it needs more instrumental. So, like, I put this in here, you know, like, be the right girl for the night, girl. On stage and I'm living in the height, girl. And it's got some whack effects on it, like, you know, it's just too much. I could, you know, leave a little bit in at a lower volume, but I could take it or leave it.
Think you're a big fish with all the fake kisses and a small pond. It's here you're staying vicious. Stitches that get the stitches. You are fans only when they pay for pictures. Diss tracks and near misses.
This is a local MC called MCJC that I met on Instagram. And part of this is that I want to collab with as many people, especially like from the local scene, as possible, just so that, like, you know, when the song comes out, they can share it with their friends. And yeah, like, I was lucky enough to work with this guy. He's pretty sick, got some sick bars, sick flows, and I want to definitely keep that going. Like, but it's hard. It's hard working with people. It's hard wrangling them. You know, you message them, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm so keen. But then it's like, oh, have you like done the thing? It's like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. You know what I mean? Hey, if you're in the comment section and want to, like, you know, jump on a track, then hit me up. We'll work on something. Ideally, I want to work with at least one, you know, other artist every single song. It's not always going to happen, but ideally. I've also been working on another song, which I'll show you. When I started working on this song this week, it was very sparse in the first verse. I'll show you an example.
We're in the flight path where my mates are, and I don't hear shit because we're too lit.
And so I knew that I needed to add some more just like juice to that verse section. And here's what I got.
We're in the flight path where my mates are, and I don't hear.
For the most part, I've kept everything that was in there before in there. We got like that tropical house keyboard and the drums, but I've added a lot of stuff. So I got Hayley Williams' chorus from Airplanes. Ooh, throwback. For the bass, you'll see that I have here the 808s on two separate tracks. That's because one's panned to the left and the other one's panned to the right, playing the exact same thing. What's a phase issue? I don't know, couldn't tell you, but it does sound juicy. I've got this one called Kanye bass. That's because it's literally just like the same bass from Runaway. For these little harmony sections, this is actually like little cut up parts of Call Me When the Party's Over by Billie Eilish. I'm gonna cut it up so it would actually match the chord progression of my song. And it just has this really nice hollow sound to it, which is what I was going for. It doesn't take up very much space, but it adds like a lot of atmosphere. It's very wide, but like, yeah, very hollow.
Gonna go and marry me a flight path girl.
I've got that little pan flute, tropical house type thing going on. Here's a riser I made myself. So here you can see 8th and 16th note, but over here I just ramp it up to infinity. So that's how you get like the. Let's listen to the drop. For everything to be as well. Drop part 2. Juicy. Love that. So I did send this to someone to jump on, but you know, they just weren't interested, didn't get back to me, and I was like, fuck it. Like, you know, this song does have to come out, like, I mean, not for another
3 months, 3 and a bit months, but like, I just made it shorter, you know, it's 3 minutes long, that's long enough for the song to be. And yeah, like, I said ideally I want to work with someone on like every single track, but I can't be waiting around for people to make up their mind. So a show must go on. But, so this one's like 3 months away, the one after that is going to be 5 months away. I'll work on it a bit more before I show you guys, but I do want to get someone to jump on that song. Maybe the quicker I can finish these, the more time I have to bug people and boss them around so they can get them on the tracks. This is a quick rundown of how my slop posts have been going this week. These are the numbers for TikTok. I also posted them on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, but nobody cares about those platforms, so neither will I. It seems like the posts that involve humour get a lot more views and likes than the others. You can see that the 2 most highly rated posts are the falling on the bed and the will rap for food still. The snippets did alright, yeah, about 500 each. I also threw in some older songs just because I didn't want to get people to get tired of like me posting the same song over and over again, but those didn't do well, especially this engagement bait one where I wanted people to comment if they're also a small artist under like 1,000. So, you know, we could like just build a community and stuff, but evidently people ain't here for that. In total, the post got 4.4 thousand views, 148 likes, but in the time frame, I actually lost 1 follower. So it seems like just posting the stuff on TikTok is not going to be adequate to actually try and build an audience. What I'm going to do in the future is try to find communities of other artists in doing the same thing as me, try to do some follow for follow bullshit, haha, you know what it is, and just like support each other, like each other's posts, be part of like getting engagement going for everybody, and maybe that can get us out of the under 1K club.
Well, there you have it. I guess making music was possible all along. I'm going to be going away for work for the next 2 weeks, so no episodes for 3 weeks down the road. But when I get back, we're going to be filming the video for Truckie's song, and we're going to be going to the studio to do Rich Girl. Like and subscribe.